Yeah, you've been doing that for the better part of a week, NintenDan. At the beginning it was kind of threatening, but now it's just kind of annoying.
That's not our name.
Well, it's like an affectionate nickname. You know, we like Nintendo, our name's Dan, kinda clever.
It won't be so clever when I cave his skull in.
That's not very nice. You know, just let him review Revenge of Shinobi first. He probably won't like it. So then we won't have to kill him.
Okay, fine.
Are you okay? You got a little crazy in your eye.
Oh, don't worry. We're fine. And so will you be when you agree with us about the Sega ripoff, Revenge of Shinobi.
Okay. I'll just take that. Roll intro.
Gavites Games.
Ow! Right, well, hello world, welcome to Gavite Games. This week we're reviewing the apparent Ninja Gaiden ripoff Revenge of Shinobi, but seeing as I never played Ninja Gaiden for the third time, take it away, Dan.
This new Harry Potter book. Oh, Ron. It's turned into a ginger cat. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Ninja Gaiden was first released in 1989 by Tecmo, under several titles. The first being Legend of the Ninja Dragon Sword, then there was the European port, Shadow Warriors, and obviously the iconic title, Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is the heart-wrenching story of Ryu Hayabusa, who comes to America to avenge the death of his father, which unfortunately gets him wrapped up in a plot that threatens the entire world. The challenge of this game is legendary, meaning that you actually have to be a real-life ninja, such as myself, to complete the game. The game was one of the best sellers for the original NES, being in the top 3 most sold titles for at least 2 months after its release, also winning awards from Nintendo Power in 1989 for Best Challenge and Best Ending. Receiving awards from the greatest, most respected and unbiased gaming magazine in print at the time caused Sega to quickly rush out their ninja-based ripoff, Revenge of Shinobi. But there is no way that Sega could ever replicate the level of challenge and the detailed storyline of the original.
Thanks for that, Dan. I do want to correct you on something though, because technically if we look at release dates, Ninja Gaiden might be the rip-off of the original Shinobi made for the Master System in 1987. It could be argued that Nintendo wanted some of that sweet ninja money that the original Shinobi raked in 1987, so rushed out Ninja Gaiden a month before the Revenge of Shinobi to try and get their slice of the pie before the long-awaited follow-up to the first Shinobi was released. But I find this kind of unlikely, because aside from the fact of the two games having ninjas involved, they have very little in common. Shinobi and Revenge of Shinobi play like side-scrolling beat-em-ups with really spectacular boss fights. Whereas Ninja Gaiden's primary focus is on intricate wall-climbing puzzle platforming, on surviving the stage rather than killing all those who cross your path. You're not an immortal badass in Ninja Gaiden, you're a light, nimble ninja. You dodge your way through the stage, killing only those who stand in your way, as opposed to the tank on legs you are in Shinobi. Regardless of all that, how does the game play? Well, does anyone remember my Batman review from Series 1? Pretty much like that. Now in that review, I stated I got hold of the Batman game after listening to the Angry Video Game Nerd's review of the Batman games. And he said the 1989 tie-in for the NES played almost exactly like Ninja Gaiden. So I got hold of the Batman tie-in game from 1999 for the Mega Drive. And I was disappointed. It didn't play what I thought Ninja Gaiden played like. That is because it plays like Revenge of Shinobi. Because it appears in both instances the developers took their respective consoles' Ninja games and replaced the Ninja with Batman. It's a surefire way to make a good game really, take an existing good one and change one thing and don't fuck with anything else. Well great! All I have to say is go watch my Batman review to see what I think about this game. I'll just sit here and wait. I'll just go get a coffee. Fine, I'll do my job. The story of Revenge of Shinobi is that 3 years after the first game, the Zed clan that you defeated in Shinobi have reformed under the new name Neo Zed. They have taken revenge against the Orobo clan you're a part of by killing your ninja master and kidnapping your fiancée. You must once again take up the blade to revenge the death of your fallen master and rescue your fiancée before it's too late. The gameplay is that of a standard side-scrolling beat-em-up, with the standard side-scrolling beat-em-up controls. A for special attack, B for standard attack, and C for jump. The special attack this time around is activating one of the 4 ninjutsu techniques you select, which you're going to have to use by pausing the game and scrolling to which one you want to use. Each have very unhelpful Japanese names, so I'll refer to them what you remember them as. Force Field, you get a power shield defending you from 4 hits worth of damage. Fire Dragon, exactly what it sounds like, produces 4 dragons made of fire that fly around the screen damaging all those across its path. Super Jump, makes you jump higher. Says it all in the title really. And finally, Kamikaze. Yeah. You self-destruct, causing massive amounts of damage to nearby opponents. A little on the nose if you ask me, but no more offensive than Axe Battler's nuclear bomb attack from Golden Axe 1. And the worst part is the kamikaze attack is possibly the most effective technique of them all. What must be discussed are the bosses, because they are insane. Well, they start out fairly sober at first, with a huge samurai on the first stage, then a ninja on the second stage, and then on the third stage, it's a supercomputer powered by a human brain. No, I didn't stutter. The third boss is a supercomputer powered by a human brain. And that's not even as insane as it gets. And on the 4th stage, you fight the Hulk! Again, not joking! I guess even better after you defeat its first form, because it turns out the Hulk was a Terminator! Underneath his green skin? I am dead serious! The 5th stage boss is back to the land of sobriety, with a battle to destroy a missile on top of an armoured car before it blows up the city. Then in the 6th stage, we go back to the land of the crazy. You fight a ninja who can shapeshift called Webbat. That sounds pretty weird, but wait to see what he looks like. That's right, you fight Spider-Man in this game. But wait, I told you can shapeshift, right? Do you want to see his second form? Batman! You fight Spider-Man and Batman in this game, and that's not as crazy as the bosses get! Finally we come to the grand conclusion of the crazy of the bosses. Now this boss takes all the crazy that has built up until now and condenses it, refines it, concentrates it into a pure form. Now up to this point the boss fights have been kinda plausible, essentially super ninjas in fancy costumes. However, at the end of the 7th stage, you fight Godzilla. That is correct, the Neo Zed clan apparently has very good contacts with the king of the monsters. For the final stage, you return to what closely represents reality and fight the head of the Neo Zed clan, who's just your stereotypical ninja master, who happens to attack you with their hair for some reason. Whatever, at this point anything that isn't another Godzilla makes more sense. And I bet you're thinking, damn, how did Sega get the permissions of DC, Marvel, Warner Brothers, and Toho to have all their characters in their game? Simple answer really, they didn't. In the original release of the game, no credit was given to any company involved. However, people soon caught on to that fact, and the game had to have a few tiny modifications made to it. First off, in 1989, after the Batman movie was released, Sega got some threats from DC about the whole Batman thing, so changed the second incarnation of Webbat to some generic Bat Demon thing. Then bizarrely in 1990, when Sega got the rights to make Spider-Man games, the actual Spider-Man was included. That's right, Marvel were cool with Spider-Man being in the game, they just didn't want him mutating into anything not spider-related. So instead of Web Bat going from the Spider-Man-like thing to the weird mutant bat thing now, the real Spider-Man flies in, has a punch-up with you until half his health's gone, swings away, and then the weird demon bat thing flies in for a punch-up. Sure, why not? And the final change made in late 1990 was changing Godzilla to a skeletal dragon thing. The version I have is the early 1990s version, with both Spider-Man and Godzilla still in place. I would love a 1989 version with both Batman and Spider-Man in, but unfortunately not. Anyway, as you know, I cannot criticize myself, so now it's time to summon the Nitpig Demon.
I am the Nitpig Demon. I am a promiscuous, barely legal 18+ single from the realms of your local area. What is it you desire?
Well, at first I wanted to review Revenge of Shinobi on the Mega Drive, but now...
Very well, but I'll have you know I was halfway through training the new work experience child, Bruce Forsyth. Bit of a natural, really. Apparently he's been dabbling in the dark arts of light entertainment for years. It's alright, I've left him in the capable hands of the Lord of Darkness, Sir Simon Cowell. Now, firstly, the game is an obvious rehash of the first. They don't even attempt to hide it. The Zed clan reformed as Neo-Zed. They couldn't even be bothered to come up with a new fake ninja clan for you to battle against. And of course, you know what that makes them? Lazy and creative. Rather like yourself. Also, you didn't mention the awkward and often impossible to use AA jump. It does not function in the way that makes sense to any living or unliving humanoid. You have to be at the peak of your standard jump in order to activate the double jump. Now, before you make an excuse for the game that, well, it makes sense again to jump at the maximum height of a regular jump, it does not. I would want to double jump anywhere I damn well please. As for your enemies, whilst you can argue the point that they add more variation of enemies with each level, you will still see your basic run-of-the-mill ninja in every level. And let's be honest, seen one ninja, seen them all. Now, I need to get back. Delwinter needs his regular walkies, otherwise he starts to chew the place up.
In conclusion, this game has a surprisingly good difficulty curve, familiar controls to anyone who's played a side-scrolling beat-em-up, amazing boss fights, and given that it was made in 1989, has surprisingly good graphics. This game is amazing. No wonder I like the Batman game, it was based on this. So I was just playing this game with Batman in it. This time legally.
Look, I know you're upset, but he did make some good points. No! You need to calm down. He said at the beginning that both games are good on their own merits, so he clearly does like our game, he just likes the Shinobi game as well. Unacceptable. He should be gutted and force-fed his own stomach for saying Revenge of Shinobi is a good game. Look, he's allowed his opinion. To me, anyway, any ninja game that allows you to fight Godzilla is definitely worth it. So does your early grave. Right, well, that's just rude. I think we've made our point. Sega have made some naff rip-off games in the past, but I think they've made some good games as well. He needs to learn, and so do you. Nintendo are the best manufacturers of games, and everything they have made is signed with the Nintendo seal of approval. So next week we discover what happens when PS1's Castlevania Symphony of the Night fails to even classify as a game.
Gavites Games.